Our topic today is earned value management. It's a technique for performing project management and developing metrics on your projects. The material that you'll see here is based in part on a couple of presentations that I snatched from some other people along the line. That is the one by Jerry Harper, who's in the Office of IT Policy and Planning, part of the Management and Budget Office of the United States Department of Commerce. And he just put together a briefing for people on earned value management, and I borrowed really from his presentation there. And also, I've borrowed heavily from an 8-module training class developed by Booz Allen Hamilton. They put together for the Department of Energy, which is quite enlightening on this topic. If you are looking for more information on either those two gentlemen, those two places are good places to look for more information on this topic. And that's where a lot of this information came from. Let's see if we can go forward from there. We're going to go through several different slides about earned value management. What is it? Where did it come from? How do we use it? Etc. And we'll hit this stuff pretty fast, and hopefully you'll gain a lot from what you've learned here, at least the things you need to know to understand and use these techniques in the future. So here we go. What is it? Well, earned value project management is a systematic approach to collecting metrics and so forth about your projects and that you might have, and a way of putting this information together so you get a tremendous amount of additional information about what's happening in your project. Okay? The whole concept came out actually in the 60s, back when the Department of Defense was having a great deal of difficulty managing all sorts of huge weapons projects, and they commissioned a group of people in actually the Defense Systems Management College to come up with a better way to manage these projects. I mean, these were multi-billion-dollar projects that were coming to their 99% complete point and realizing that they needed another billion or two to finish them. So Congress said, we've got to have a better way of doing these sort of things. And they sent some smart people off to study the issues, and they came up with this cost and schedule control system criteria, they called it. And you'll still see references to it in places as C/SCSC. And basically they came up with not a particular way to do project management, but a set of criteria that you could use to judge project management approaches, systems, and techniques to see if they really had adequate control of what was going on and were in fact giving you early warning of where things were going in your project. And so this criteria was developed, and they started using it around then on some of these larger projects, and worked pretty well for them. And then they started using it even further in more and more projects in the 70s. And then on into the 90s, it started getting to be found in almost all federal agencies. Eventually, OMB issued Circular A-11, requiring it for all its projects. I think now it's down to anything over $20 million. Project done for the government, for the United States government, requires that you use these techniques. NASA adopted the policy with Directive 9501.3, and the Department of Energy adopted the policy, all these techniques, with Order 413.3. And I guess it wasn't until 2003 that OMB actually required for all government, all civilian agencies. So now pretty much if you're doing business with the government, you need to use these techniques. And there's good reasons why they want you to do this, right? Let's go on and look at a few more things. Why do we care? As you know, in IT projects, an awful lot of them don't finish like they should. We found that if we have some consistent performance measures across our portfolio, we get better results, right? And if we look at projects very carefully, we find, using earned value techniques anyway, that at somewhere around the 25% point, we can see how a project's going to turn out, right? And if nothing else, then it's an OMB standard at this point if you're going to do any kind of government project. Well, what's so special about it? Well, it's actually a budget it's not budget versus actuals. It's something a little bit different, and quite a bit different, really, and it uses what we call earned value analysis, which is what we're going to talk about a little bit here. In a traditional project management approach, you'd see something like this on slide 11 here, where we might plot the budget for a project out here. This looks like about a $2 million project. It's plotted out over time in a cumulative fashion. And interestingly, I don't even see that on a lot of projects. They don't take the time to plot their budget over time, and I can see why. There's some difficulties in figuring that out. But they do. Almost all projects measure their actuals over time, and they could be displayed cumulatively like this. But unfortunately, just looking at that chart, it's really impossible to tell how this project is going to turn out. We've spent $1 million to date, and our budget plan said that we should spend $1 million even, and we spent $1,041,000. But that doesn't necessarily mean we won't do better on the end and make our goal. So there's a limited amount of information we can get out of that data right there. So what we do with earned value management concepts is to integrate the scope, the cost, schedule, scope, all together and get one single view of the project. And I'll show you a little bit more about how to do that. Let's move along here to slide 13. Earned value project management uses a construct that helps us very much in this process of integrating cost and schedule, and that's the work breakdown structure here, right? And here's a typical one. The main thing you want to notice is in a work breakdown structure, that's the top level, looks like an organization chart there as levels 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, we like to look at the end product of what we're making. This happened to be a technical system here that I've displayed. If we had a project like a software development project or that type of thing, we'd see the various elements of the software development project up there. And we like to think of this work breakdown structure in terms of the end product itself. So there'd maybe be some user interface screens, there'd be some reports, there'd be a database, there'd be some documentation and other elements of the end product of our software development. And we'd make a breakdown structure of how those pieces all fit together to make the whole, which is the software we're trying to develop. On the other axis, over on the left-hand side, you'll see an organization chart, just your regular old, average, normal organization chart. This organization chart is used in this way, and we try to intersect those two, organization to work product that we're going to produce, and get this notion of the work package at the intersection of the two. So we should be able to do that, and if we organize ourselves carefully and organize our work breakdown structure carefully, we'll be able to intersect that and see who's responsible for what. And then what the earned value practice does is uses these two structures here to roll up the data and the metrics and the information we get to give us valuable information about the project. So we use that work breakdown structure there to help us scope the project and make sure we've got all the elements of the project that need to be there, and we use that organizational chart to make sure we've got somebody assigned to produce all the pieces of the project, and we intersect those together in work packages that we can use to control the project as we're going along. Let's go on to slide 14 here. In earned value management, we're going to use this earned value, right? It's a concept, and basically the idea is that activities that we might do in a project earn value as the work progresses. And it'll also be expressed as a data point or the value of the work that's accomplished as the work has progressed through some point in time. Okay? The concept is that these activities earn the value as that work progresses.